Welcome back, folks, to a brand new video. Italy attracts millions upon millions of people to check out their beautiful cities, and it's very easy to see why. But there are also plenty of villages and towns in this country, and in this video I'm sharing just a few. So here are 10 beautiful towns to visit in Italy. Now, before you even watch this video, don't forget to hit that like button, obviously for the YouTube algorithm.
Number 1. Boveno. Boveno is a quaint town on the banks of Lake Maggiore, a few miles from larger neighbour Strasa. The town has a quiet, unassuming beauty with a kind of charm, particularly to Italy's Great Lakes. A lakeside promenade is the go-to for a cone of gelato or a coffee in the waterfront cafes, stretched between handsome villas out to the small harbour. The heart of the town is a clutch of narrow cobbled streets that emerges out onto the 16th century square with a beautiful Romanesque church. Number 2. Camolye. Camolye is a fantastic Cinque Terre alternative, as it is a small fishing village that caters to a tourist crowd, meaning they are prepared for visitors. But it's an Italian tourist crowd, so it feels a bit more authentic. You'll find sun-drenched beaches, villages with pastel colours, boardwalk eateries, and picture-perfect views. So if you're after an Italian Riviera destination for hiking, that's another reason why Camolye is a fantastic Cinque Terre alternative. Alberobello is in the region of Puglia, in southern Italy, and it's a strange, picturesque destination which is becoming an important place for travellers. The small town has been made a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its unusual districts and the characteristic whitewashed conical roofed houses of the area. It makes an interesting day trip destination, or a pleasant base for a few days, especially if you actually stay in a trullo of your very own. It's a small dwelling built with a local limestone, with dry stone walls and a characteristic roof. So wander around and take in the sights. I'm sure it will be crowds free. Number 4. Schley. Schley is one of the UNESCO-listed Baroque towns of southeast Sicily, but it is rather off the beaten track compared with its more visited neighbours. This overlooked town has a scenic location and charm that at least matches its rivals. It shares its architectural heritage with other towns in the area, but it also has some unique attractions of its own. But for a pleasant stroll or a lazy drink in the sunshine, the most charming spot is Via Penna, an elegant pedestrianised street lined with Baroque palaces and churches. Number 5. Solarno. The Amalfi Coast is one of Italy's most popular and beautiful destinations. But when it comes to where to stay in the Amalfi, most people in guidebooks have one big suggestion: Sorrento. It's true that Sorrento is pretty and it's convenient, but it's also really touristy and expensive. The good news is, Solarno is just as convenient, cheaper, less touristy, and in my opinion, it has even more things to do. From ancient Greek monuments and restaurants to a big central beach, and it provides easy access to Positano, Pompeii, and Capri. You can't go wrong. Number 6. Polignano Mare. Polignano Mare is a small and picturesque town of old whitewashed stone houses perched along rugged limestone cliffs at the edge of a southern Adriatic coast. It's famed for its quality of ice cream, charmed cobble streets, old churches, and its blue flag beach. It's steeped in history, and the old town or the main square is a place to grab an aperitif after a hot day. But the highlight is a magical and exclusive location that's a must: a restaurant inside a natural cave. But please remember, fancy dress only folks, and book in advance. Number 7. San Gimignano. San Gimignano, a small walled village about halfway between Florence and Siena, is famous for its fascinating medieval architecture and towers that rise above all other buildings, offering an impressive view of the city from the surrounding valley. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1990, San Gimignano offers visitors the chance to step back in time while enjoying its local products. Piensa. Piensa is a small town situated in the southern part of Tuscany. It's just about 50 kilometers away from Siena, and let me tell you, this is my favorite on this list. Winding country roads, flanked by vineyards, olive groves and wheat fields, take you to Piensa. It's the typical Tuscan landscape with rows of pointed Italian trees lining the way to ancient villages and cantinas. Just think of Gladiator. Piensa sits on a hilltop overlooking the Val d'Orcia, and from this vantage point, you can see the famous hilltop towns. Next up is Churchia. While Venice is suffocated by an ever-increasing wave of visitors and encroaching souvenir shops, about an hour and a quarter away, at the southern entrance of the Venetian lagoon, lies Churchia, a fishing port which has managed to preserve its authentic feel. The canals, the narrow streets and the architecture will make you feel like you have hardly left Venice at all. But you will be surprised by how quiet and calm everything seems to be. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the presence of thousands of people all over the world, in Churchia, you can take it slow. Number 10. Spello. I put a spell on you. because you're mine. It's a song by Annie Lennox. Anybody? No? Okay, probably too young for that. Perched on the southern slope of Mount Sebastiano, Spello is without a doubt one of the most fascinating sites in the Umbria region. Its location makes it very picturesque and fantastic for anyone interested in photography or just seeing a small town of Italian life. It's also in the region of Perugia, which, like all of Umbria, has amazing wines. With easy access from Rome, Spello is a town that deserves to be taken slowly, by enjoying the local food, drink outside, and long walks through the centre. It's on a hill, so you will definitely get your exercise for the day walking around, but the views are worth it.
Well, there you have it, folks. Some really cool towns and villages on this list. Plenty of opportunity for you guys to check out on your next holiday to Italy. This is part 1, and part 2 will be a different set of locations. As always, be good, be kind, and be careful. Peace.